Hello, morning everyone. I hope you're enjoying your holiday today, waking up early for class. Give a pat on your back, on your shoulder for doing so well. Okay, let's go to latihan. Can you check over here? Have you I think we have done this part already, right? Page 4. Come on, take out your latihan. We go to page 4. Done now. This one done now. Number 3 we haven't do yet, correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong. If memory serves me well, I have done until question 2. I haven't started question 3 yet. 对吗? Hello. 对啊. Okay, today class will be slightly faster already. We might be able to finish early. Let's see how lah. Okay. So let's have one by one. Lichi, come fill in the blanks. Number 3A. Unmute. Faster. 跟我讲快一点. Just unmute only. Okay. Quick. Stomach. Good. Next. C.
Small intestine.
Very good. D.
Large intestines.
Next.
Rectum.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, now let's move on to pancreas, right? Now, what is the function of the pancreas in digestive part? So highlight function, hey, English, function of the following digestive part. So the word digestive, your answer should talk about something to do with digestion, correct? So let's look at pancreas. A lot of students will write this one. Yeah? Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice into the duodenum. Can, no problem. Okay, so secretes pancreatic juice into the duodenum. Adriana got do or not the homework? I remember, always remember one. Every time I see your nose empty one. Why? Got not? Got. Okay, good. So secretes pancreatic juice into the duodenum. Okay. Next, liver. What does liver do? Liver produces this thing called bile. Gallbladder. Gallbladder. Here. Bile is stored in the gallbladder. So change the sentence. Stores bile. Itu saja. Yeah. Easy peasy. Okay. What color is bile? Who still remember? Bile is white color. I told you before. What color is it? Is it purple? Is it pink? Unicorn rainbows? What color is it? Not colorful. Wrong. So what color is it? Green, right? Yeah, greenish, yellowish. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so complete the following table in digestion of food. So we have 3 over here: carbohydrate, protein, and fats. Now, students, be very careful of this word, end product of digestion. Whenever I say end product, that means I'm talking about the end products. This one only. Understand, yeah? Read the question carefully. So, carbohydrate, end products are glucose. Agree? Protein, amino acids or amino acids. Acid also can. And then fatty acid and glycerol. Remember this one, yeah? I hope that all of you in Form 4 go into science stream and take biology, so I get to see you again. This is very, very important component in biology. Okay, if you know this part, this is easy for you, then Form 4 will be quite easy already. If your basic Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 is good. Okay, say, hey, science Form 2, Form 3, is it important for Form 4, Form 5? Yes, it will help you a lot. Yeah, if you go to science stream, it will definitely help you a lot. If you go to art stream, a lot of new things you will learn. That's the thing. Yeah, you'll learn a lot of new things. And Same goes to mathematics, all right? Sejarah especially. Okay, next, enzymes involved. What are the enzymes involved? We have two here, over here, right? So amylase, students, we have two types. I want you to include both amylase. One in the saliva, one produced by your pancreas, correct? Salivary amylase, one. Pancreatic amylase, two. And maltase. All the enzymes involved. And protein. So easy. Protease or protease. Protease enzymes. And lastly, fat. Follow my notes. Lipase or lipase. Okay, who can tell me what is the thing in common between all the enzymes? Who can tell me what all enzymes have in common? How do I know if something, a new word I give you, is it an enzyme or not? For example, let me give you this word. Can you tell me if this word, okay, I'm just throwing powerful words now. Okay, can you tell me this word, DNA polymerase? Is it a class of food? Is it an end product, or do you think it's an enzyme? What do you think it is? Yeah, how do you know it's an enzyme? What tells you, what gives off that this is an enzyme? They all have A's at the back. Very good. Exactly. Okay, this is how we name the enzymes. In the modern day now, the modern science, naming enzymes ends with ASE. Anytime you say ASE, doesn't matter, it's DNA polymerase, hexokinase, all the A's at the back. Okay, that is an enzyme already. So now you know. All right. Next up, fill in the blanks with the correct words and answer the following. Liver produces, we wrote just now, bile. And who produces pancreatic juice? Pancreas. Next up, write the equation, write the reaction of the enzymes. Reaction means something plus something, arrow something, or something, arrow something. You need to usually have an arrow. Reaction, you need to have an arrow one. Okay, photosynthesis, respiration, all have arrow. So amylase enzyme. So amylase enzyme. Hey, this is wrong, I think I got an error over here. Can you please cut the word amylase? This is not supposed to be amylase, but pancreatic enzyme. It's supposed to be pancreatic enzyme. Hey, pancreatic amylase. Hey, I can get my pancreatic amylase enzyme. Okay. Okay, so what's the answer? Starch. Arrow, 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 arrow. Maltose. Agree? And then on top here, a starch to maltose. So you have pancreatic amylase. Next, protease, polypeptide. All the way, it's not polypeptide, polypeptide to dipeptide. See, if I put polypeptides, dipeptides, can, no problem. Protease. Lipase, fat to, I see some of you writing, means what? I see your head going up, going down, going up, going down, means what? Are you guys finally doing your homework now? Glycerol, lipase. Isaac, what happened to you, Isaac? Okay, done. Who's not done? Type X. Okay, all done. Our team, let's go. Eh, done already. Oh, okay. So that's all. So now let's go to notes. Everyone, take out your notes. Turn to pager 19. Turn to page 19. Okay, done? All right. Now, today's class, students, okay, we are closing up the whole purpose of this chapter. Why do you digest food? The whole purpose of digesting food today is for the purpose of this, highlight absorption, for us to absorb the food that we've digested, to transport it to the whole body. Food that is not digested, that is not absorbed, we will poo-poo them out. Defecation. Okay, so let's continue the story from last week. Okay, remember that we ate starch. Starch is broken down to glucose. Understand? Amino acids. Okay, amino acids. Proteins is broken down to amino acids, smallest unit. Fats. Oh, SPF. Okay, broken down to fatty acid plus glycerol. Understand? So all of these are called what just now? We call it, what's the word we use them? We call them end products of digestion. 明白吗? Okay, now today's story. They will enter into our small intestine, 我们的小肠. Okay, can see over here? Now, when the food enters into our small intestine, all of them, okay, they will enter into the small intestine. They will start to be absorbed into our small intestine. Why they can absorb? Because they are small enough, very small molecules. If they are big, then they cannot be absorbed. They continue to enter your large intestines and then we poo-poo them out, we defecate them out. Okay, so now the question is this. Let's zoom a little bit detail on our small intestine. Remember, the whole point of digesting is so that all this food can enter, really enter into our body. Yeah, so if you notice that the wall of the small intestine, it is not just very, if you look at this diagram here, okay, it is not smooth surface. If you zoom it in, right, you have a lot of folded surface. That means on our small intestine, it is folded like that, like finger pointing outwards like that, folded. Now, why do you think our small intestines are this structure? Why? Why do you think this structure? If my small intestines is flat, I can only absorb, let's say, 4 molecules in one time. But if that same flatness, I extend outwards, can I absorb even more in now? You see that, not? Okay, I can absorb more into my intestines. So the purpose is to increase, keyword, increase the surface area so that I can absorb more nutrients into the small intestines. Understand? Yeah. So absorption is what? Seashore. Okay. Happens in the small intestine. 可以吗? Can? Hello? Can you 点头 it? Can, Okay. So now we're going to name every single one of them. Before that, let's zoom in. What is the name of one of these finger-like thing? This name is called, highlight this word, villus. Everyone pronounce villus. Okay, we call it villus. So what is a villus? So we're going to zoom in and see villus like that. Okay, next. My next question. Okay, then what is this, guys? Yeah, villus singular plural is villi or villi. So we are saying that one villus, we don't say 2 or 3 viluses. No, we say villi. Understand? Yeah, that's a plural. We have to change the US to I. Okay, now the villus, once the food is absorbed, so I'm just going to draw all these food now that we broken down just now. All right, all the end products of digestion. When they enter here, they don't just crowd around here and then like cause traffic jam. It's like, okay, what do we do now? We hang around here. So that is where the food has to be carried away. Who will carry them away? It's not water, it is blood. So inside here, 我们有血管, we got a lot of blood vessels. So the blood vessels will come over here. All right. For example, go all the way down. And then they will absorb, enter into the 血管, go into the blood vessel. And then the blood will carry them to your whole body. Understand? Yeah, you need someone to carry them. Okay, so far so good. Now, I want to bring your attention to another tube. Can you look at this diagram? Can you see which one is the blood vessel? Is it the... Okay, tell me what color is the blood vessel you see here. Not your notes all gray color. My notes over here. Can you see red and blue? Correct? Red combined to blue, right? That is the 血管 ma. Can you see one more special hidden tube inside this villus? This whole villus structure, not only I have blood, I have another hidden tube in the middle. Do you notice that? Do you notice that I have another orangey yellow colored tube that goes all the way in the middle? Right? It goes like that. All the way in the middle, there's another orange tube over here. Now, students, this tube is known as is called this thing. Pronounce this name. Lacteal. Okay, now let's label this lacteal first. So, if you have a pen. Okay, over here, this thing here, no need to put arrow lah. Okay, it's called lacteal. And then your 血管 is known as what? Blood vessels. Some students put, teacher, I put blood capillary, can? Can, no problem. If you know how to use the word blood capillary, go ahead and use blood vessel. So the question is this. What is the purpose of the lacteal? And why do I have blood and why do I have lacteal over here? Blood vessel, okay? Blood vessel. So why do I have lacteal and why do I have blood vessel? Okay, students, look at our end products of digestion. We have actually four. 1, 2, 3, fatty acid and glycerol. Got four. 4 of them, they're entering and they're causing traffic jam, right? So our body is very organized. So they say, okay, all those that dissolve in water, please enter the blood pathway. All those who dissolve in fats, like fatty acid glycerol, enter into the lacteal. So it's easier. So the fats will go one channel. The other things like glucose, amino acid, water, vitamin, all will go to another channel. You see, so that they don't mix up and they don't cause blockage, because fats and then water, they can cause a bit of confusion, blockage there. So that's why we need to separate them and transport them is easier, correct or not? Just like a train station platform, one train, two train, it's easier to separate people than just to send one train, everyone packed into that one train, correct? Yeah, so that's the purpose. One carry fats, one carry the remaining. Okay, so now next part of this class today is this word. We can learn about the small intestines adaptation. Now, what is the meaning of adaptation? This is very important. So put here, okay, if they want to ask as K-bar or they want to ask, okay, they want to ask as a point where see any students know how to describe or not, I will ask this part. How is the small intestines adapted to maximize absorption? So I can ask you, hey, what makes our intestines so special? that we want to absorb, becoming the greedy human that we are, absorbing, taking all the food that we want. So let's see. We have 3 points. First point, how to absorb more? I have many folded surface. 对吗? Many folded surface. The more folded, the more food I can absorb. So this is to increase what? I'm increasing what area? Surface area. Okay? 面积, surface area. So that the rate of absorption, rate means what? For those who don't know, rate means the speed, how fast. Whenever you see rate, means per time, okay, is higher. So I can absorb my food faster. So if students answer many folded surface, I will be expecting student to use the word surface area. If you use any other answer, if you all put many folded surface, I give you 1 mark. And then you explain, because absorption easier lah. Straight away, I give you wrong for explanation. Okay, your explanation keyword is surface area. 听到吗? Surface area. Okay, next. The wall is thin. How thin? The thickness is 1 cell thick. Where? Let me zoom in this picture and show you. Let me try to zoom in and show you. Wow. Okay. Can you notice that the villus over here, you see, is 1 cell layer only. The wall is just 1 tiny cell layer, very, very thin layer, right? So this layer is 1 cell thick. Now let me zoom back out. What's the purpose? For rapid diffusion. Rapid, for those who don't know, means fast. Fast diffusion. Okay? Lastly, we have a lot of blood vessels inside. A lot of blood in your intestines. Purpose? To transport. Remember, your keywords for blood is a transporter. They transport what? The end products of digestion, or you can also use the word digested products. 什么意思？这个3个 glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, glycerol. Okay, I repeat many times, yeah, the meaning of end products of digestion. Okay, ma? Have you guys started chapter 3 in school already? No, 还没有 No, okay, still chapter 1, chapter 2. All right. Now, next. So if you look at the next part over here, what does it say? It says that only small molecules can enter the villus. So that means only the glucose, amino acid, and fatty acid glycerol can pass through. Big ones like starch, this one, 这个 SPF, starch, fats, proteins cannot pass through. They are too big. So if they're too big, cannot pass through, go into your large intestines, defecate out, poo out. That's why you need to digest your food. Your enzymes need to break down because only the small ones can really absorb into your body. Okay? If not, you will throw it away. You waste it out. So far, so good? So let's go to the next page, everyone. Page 20. Okay. Like we say just now, you see, blood capillary and lacteal. What's the difference again? One carry the glucose amino acid. 对吗? The other one carry the fatty ones. So let's highlight this one. Lacteal absorbs digested fat. Highlight absorbs digested fat lah. Okay, so all the fat all enter into lacteal. Blood capillary take what? Take the non-fat. Non-fat means what? Your water soluble one. All your water soluble, such as what? Can dissolve in water. Glucose, amino acid, vitamin B, vitamin C. Do you remember this one? Remember we have 6 vitamins. Vitamin B and C can dissolve in water. Who can tell me what are the other vitamins that can dissolve in fats? What is the vitamins that dissolve in fats? Who still remember? Adik, Adriana. All right, correct. Adik dissolve in fats. Okay. Wait, let me charge my phone first. Wait. Battery dying. Give me a second. 5, 4, 3. Okay. So where was I just now? Here. See? Who enters into the blood? Glucose, amino acid, water, and all water-soluble vitamin, which is your bahasa Cina, B and C. Yeah, your vitamin B and your vitamin C. Anything fat, fatty acid, glycerol, and your adik enters into your lacteal. Okay, done. Absorption, gouty. Now let's go into the next one. Xinyi, please pronounce this for us.
Assimilation.
No, pronounce one more time properly.
Assimilation.
Very good. Okay. All right. What are you speaking a different language over here? Okay, got slang on. All right, so assimilation, yeah. What is assimilation? Now, students, we have done absorbing the food already, right? We absorb all the food. So now, imagine all my food absorbed into my body, into my blood already. Okay, I cannot just from here and say, okay, bye-bye, students, end the class. Cannot, right? You have to think like, okay, now I get all of this ready. Your body must do something about that, right? Your body use these three for what? Now, this is called assimilation, where you make use of every single part. It's like, my glucose, my body use it for this process. And that's called assimilation. Yeah, how our body make use of them, we call it assimilation. So assimilation is the end products of digestion. Remember what's end products? These three. All right. They are then distributed where? Take from your intestine, sent to every single cells in your body. Distributed means sent to all the cells to be used. The cell using it is called assimilation. Okay? Assimilate means being part of you. All the food you eat now makes you up. First, when you eat all the glucose, when you get all the glucose, they go to all your cells, all your brain cells, all your muscles. What do they use the glucose for? They use to generate the most important thing, energy. You got no energy, we pretty much a dead living organism, a dead organism already. Even dead organism also got energy until the body broken down. So you see over here, glucose go into your cells. These are your all body cells, for energy purpose. Next, what about amino acids? Amino acids our body use for what? Used to build new cells. Used to build new proteins. Used to build muscles. So that piece of chicken that you eat, the piece of chicken that you eat, which is a protein, when you swallow the chicken, your body will break down all the way down to amino acids. Now you have the chicken turn into amino acids. Now the amino acids go to all your cells. Your cells will take these amino acids and build up to make proteins, to make more muscles, to make more cells. So that piece of chicken is now a part of you. You see that, right? It's a cycle of life there. Now, fatty acid and glycerol is used to form. So our body use these two for what? Our body, when they enter into our cells, our body will make fats. Fats. What do we do with fats? We use it as heat insulator under your skin to keep you warm, protect your internal organs. Okay, fats got many other uses lah. Okay, as a energy storage, to make your to build up your cells also you need some fats there. For other processes also you require fats. Okay, but this is just form 2, so these 2 points is good enough already. Okay, so this our body making use of it to make energy, to build new cells, to do all these things is called assimilation. Making use of the food that you digested. 明白吗? That's all. Okay, and already the food that you eat, used for all this. So remember, it's called assimilation, making use of your food. Okay, ma? Okay. Now let's look at this experiment. I think you will do this in your school. Okay, so what is this we are looking at? Okay, we have this thing called, in your science lab, you have this special little, like a, okay, you eat sausage before, right? Hot dog, frankfurters, right? Yeah, hot dog cocktails and all. Okay, Isaac. Okay, you eat hot dog before, right? Now, how do you think they make the hot dog? What's inside the hot dog? Meat, right? Meat, right? And then where they wrap the hot dog? Inside this, on this like piece of like, kind of like a piece of membrane-ish, familiar, right? Dog your head. Wait, Cindy, what hot dog made from dog? Okay. So it has this like a tiny little bag that wraps all your meat inside, right? Yeah. So yeah, Adriana, why you also gross? What movies have you guys been watching? Okay. So see, I don't know what I say already. Okay, so this whisking tube is like that hot dog, the bag like that. Okay, but it's in a science lab version lah. All right, so whisking tube. Now, what we want to do is we're going to take your whisking tube first. When you remember, when you do this in your science lab, whisking tube, it is like that one. Okay, it's like a small little bag like that. And then you're going to tie one end using a thread. Sorry. First, you put in water first. You put in water, then it becomes soft. Soft, wet, soft. All right. And then I tie one end. So when I tie one end, I will get like that using a thread and tie. Right. And then now I pour whatever I want to pour inside. Now, Adriana, can you tell us what do I pour inside this whisking tube for P, and what do I pour into Q? What is in P? Adriana. Who is in P? Glucose. Open your eyes bigger. Who is inside P? Oh, glucose is in Q. Starch is in P. 对吗? Okay, highlight starch here, highlight glucose the other side. Isaac, is your line okay? You can turn off your camera lah. I see you going in and out, in and out. Maybe your line unstable. Maybe you can turn off your video camera. Hopefully, it doesn't take up too much of your computer jam. Ayo. Okay, now my next question is this, ladies and gentlemen. Who am I asking here? Okay, never mind. You all tell me. Between starch and glucose, who is bigger size? All of you, I want you to type in your answer. Starch and glucose, who is bigger? I talked the whole class already. You still cannot answer me. You must tell me again. Starch and glucose, who has bigger size? Hello? I only got Isaac in my class, is it? The rest of you, quick. Yes, thank you. The rest? Maybe. You all don't maybe. Exam, hey, my standard for you guys, you must pass your first test. Okay? And passing mark, if you're Mr. Kenny student, is 75 for your first test. Okay? 75 marks I will consider pass for y'all. Y'all in my class, I teach so carefully already, you cannot get 75 and above. And it's only 2 chapters only, students. 2 chapters I'm asking. Now 75. Maybe the next test, you got more chapters, I will reduce the passing mark for you guys to 68. Okay? No, 2 chapters. I want you all to have a higher standard for you guys, please. Okay? Every day floating at 40, no. Then you don't need to go tuition already. You can go study yourself. You can go 40. Okay? Please, 75. Isaac, 80. Can or not? All right. So, anyway, let's come back here. Okay? So, starch solution is bigger, right? All of you agree? I want you to use your pencil, draw big like that. to represent starch, to remind you that starch is bigger. And then glucose, draw dot, like that, draw dot, to remind you that glucose is smaller. Okay, so once you're done ready, you're going to tie the other end tightly. Can? Yes, no? Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I leave this setup for, let's say, 30 minutes, tell me which of these will be found inside the distilled water. Type in your answers for me. Which one will I find inside the distilled water? Where's the distilled water? Distilled water is outside, 在外面, outside here, outside here. Who do you think? Okay, let me ask you. Will I be able to find starch outside here? Yes or no? Student, is a yes or no question. Type in now. Will I be able to find starch in here? Hello. Okay. All right. Okay. Very good. Answer is no. 对吗? Why? Because too big, I cannot pass through. My question is next one. Will I be able to test if there's glucose? Okay, will I be able to find glucose outside here? Yes or no? Okay, good. I feel more positive already. Yes, right? You think, you don't think. Yes, okay, you will be able to find glucose outside here because they're small enough to go out. My next question is this. Fu Xin Yi, listen here. How do I know if outside here got glucose or not? How do I know glucose is sugar, right? How do I know outside here is glucose or not? Don't give me fake answer. Don't give me nonsense answer. How do I know outside is sugar or not? No, too small. No, question is, now I'm telling you, okay, I have a test tube for you. I say, hey, Sini, inside this water, right, distilled water, I pour out a bit. Okay, I take this one out for you. I say, hey, inside here got glucose. How do I know inside here is glucose? How do I know inside here is sugar? Glucose is sugar. How do you test whether it's a sugar or not? Do you drink it? Do you put your finger and dip that? Teacher, is sweet lah. I think it's sugar. Do you do that? No. Okay, at least Sini say no. Very good. Adriana, don't drink things in a science lab. Okay, you are not allowed to drink that. So very good, Sini. You're amazing. Very good, Valerie. Okay, carry out a test. The test for glucose. So loud. I think next door can hear me. Test for glucose is a special solution called Benedict solution. Correct or not? Benedict solution. Now, Isaac, can you guide us and tell us how do I carry out a Benedict solution test? First, what do I need to do first? First, I have a sample. So I have a sample of whatever this one. I don't know whether it's glucose or not. So tell me, how do I carry out a Benedict solution? Explain step by step for us. You may flip back to our early page and see. Come, unmute and tell us. Unmute and tell us, unmute and tell us. Where you?
Add Benedict solution into the glucose solution.
Okay, add Benedict inside here. Okay, then what happens next? What do I do?
Heat the solution in a water bath.
In water bath. Can I put direct fire or not?
No.
Oh, water bath. What's water bath? Water bath, like that. You must heat the water will heat it up. Okay, so this is a water bath. Okay, after that, if this one is glucose, what will I see?
Precipitate.
Very good. Okay, yes. So if really glucose, it will turn, we learned before, into break rate precipitate. So, Let's get somebody forget already. See over here, this test. Remember that? Right? It will turn break rate precipitate, the orangey one at the bottom there. Yeah, this is for glucose test. For starch test, is the top one, iodine. Right? So, guys, this one, why do I ask you to explain step by step? Because it can even come out for a question and then they give you 4 steps or 3 steps, write down step by step, how are you going to test whether this thing is sugar or not. So that's why you need to know step by step. Okay, next up. Let's come back to starch. Very good. Next, starch. Definitely you told me will not come out. Okay, now lychee. Lychee. You see out here, no starch ma. 你们讲没有 starch 吗？没有淀粉 right? No starch. So how do I know that whether outside here is no starch? So I need to take a sample outside here and test whether there's starch or not. Correct? What do I use to test whether it's starch or not? Do I ask it, hello, are you starch? No, right? So what is the best test I use? Come, Lychee. Flip back at my notes just now. What solution I use? Go back up to the page I scrolled for you just now. Yes, iodine solution, correct. So I'm going to drop iodine solution, which is yellow in color. I will drop iodine solution inside, and then iodine will enter. Now, what color will it give me if it is this experiment? Will it, okay, tell me what color will it be if following this experiment? You only got 2 colors to choose from my notes. What color do you think I will see? I don't know. Hey, there's only 2 colors. If you flip back to my iodine solution, I only got 2 options for you. Which one do you think? Adriana, yellow. Adriana say yellow. Why yellow lah? Because for iodine test, if there is starch, it will be dark blue, correct? If there's no starch, it will remain yellow color. Yes, because starch didn't come out. 对啦, because starch is absent. There is no starch here. Of course, it will remain yellow. It will not turn dark blue. 明白吗? Correct? Yeah? Next thing. Okay, I know this one a bit molu, but I just want to see anyone can think also or not. All right. Now, let's see. This one. Okay, student. If I take this liquid here and test and put iodine and test for starch, do you think I will be able to detect starch outside here? Yes or no? Do you think I'll be able to detect starch here? Hello? Do you think I'll be able to detect starch outside? No, of course. No lah. Walao, student, I never put starch inside here. What? How can a starch suddenly magically appear lah? Correct or not? Yeah? Now, next thing is this. If I take water sample here, I'm slowly moving to a K-Byte question. Slowly catch me. Okay. When I take a water sample over here, will I be able to detect glucose? Yes or no? No, correct? Because because the starch did not go out, correct or not? Okay, because the starch did not go out and there's no glucose to begin with in my solution. Okay, now this is my question. I'm moving to this K-Byte question. If I want glucose to be found outside here, and I only have starch given to me, what modification can I do to my setup to ensure that I have glucose or even maltose coming out? Listen one more time. Okay. What modification should I do over here? I only have starch given to me. What can I add extra to make sure glucose and maltose comes out over here? I know some of you say, oh, teacher, I add glucose. I see you cannot add anything else. I'm only giving you starch. You can add something else, but not glucose or maltose. Okay, Isaac got the answer. How about the rest? How is it possible? Teacher, I got starch inside, but I want sugar outside. What can I do? Come, let me see. Let me see. Anyone here knows how to modify a little bit? This is nothing to do with this experiment. This is just me asking, you know, to wrap up the chapter. 快点啊, 快点啊. Anyone can think or not? In 1 minute. Cannot answer, I extend the class for 10 minutes. Anyone besides Isaac? No. Wait. Students, tell me how you break the starch down. I add what? Yeah, I add enzymes. All right, you can add what enzyme specifically? What enzymes break down starch? You can add amylase enzyme. You can add pancreatic enzyme. 对吗? Correct? Which one is easier to add for you? Is it easy for you to add salivary or pancreatic? If I ask you to do experiment now, which one is easier for you to put out? Valerie, salivary lah, easier to put ma. Pancreatic, you can put your hand all the way down your throat and then put the whole pancreatic and then put inside gila, right? So salivary, yeah. So there might be a time your teacher might ask you to put salivary enzyme. You know what you have to do or not? This is what you have to do. You have to take a beaker. I got no beaker. Okay, you have to spit and pui your saliva into the beaker. Nice, right? So fun, right? Okay, so all your saliva inside the beaker, and then you let it settle for some time. You're going to take the sample of your saliva and put inside there. Wow, COVID. Later kena COVID. No one. Make sure you wash, make sure you sanitize the whole place first. Okay, then can ponting sekolah. Ayo, all of you, I tell you. Okay, now, understand, Good. Itu sahaja. Now, I'm going to fill in the blanks here because I explained already. So this one again, what test are we doing? Please highlight this part. Carry out Benedict test and ionic test on distilled water. Okay, so this one is for this one. Okay, now let's write down your answers. I'm going to give you the answer straight because I explained already. Okay, beginning of experiment, why? Okay, but I don't think you guys do. I have not come across a Form 2 group who has done this library amylase enzyme. But I know when you reach Form 4, if you take biology, which I hope you guys do, so I can see you again. When you guys take biology, then yes, you will be doing this experiment. If not, you go higher level. Yeah, last time you had to spit, you know, collect so much of saliva to spit. So gross, right? But what to do? All in the name of science, to prove to you your saliva works. Okay, so students, let's come back here. Which part of the body do you think the whisking tube? Let's fill in the blanks. Our whisking tube, 代表 which part of our body? Hello? Which part? Anyone can figure out. If you notice, our whisking tube allows the small ones to pass through, but the big ones cannot pass through. Toing, toing, cannot pass through. So which part of our body do you think this is? Hello? Hello? Villus. Thank you, Adriana. Okay, villus. So my next thing is this. If, okay, no. Villus is too sorry. Too general, too detailed already. We go something simpler. Okay, which is your small intestine. Sorry, remove villus, not villus, remove, use small intestine. Now, question is this. What do you think distilled water represents? Anyone? Isaac? The water outside here represents what? If this is our villus, the food will diffuse out, will move out into the distilled water. Where do you think the liquid part represents? Very good. Okay, not cells, not yet. From intestine straight away out directly is a liquid. So we think back just now, we learned, right? Where does it enter? What is the next liquid part? That is our blood. Understand? Right? Yeah, so it represents our blood. Now, okay. Next up is this. Now, this one is called a langka berjaga-jaga. Now, be very careful. This one I have seen question asking before. They put it under precautionary step. Okay, precautionary steps means I can ask you in structured question. Can you tell me 2 important steps that I must do to make sure this experiment runs smoothly and does not affect my result? 不会影响到我的 result. Okay, so first, highlight here. Ensure that the outside of whisking tube is rinsed clean so that there are no starch or glucose traces. That means if you want this experiment to go very nicely, make sure, because you know, right, sometimes your hand, right, when you touch all this whisking tube, then you put your starch inside, fill your starch inside, and then after that you tie it up together, and then after that your finger will have some starch stain on, right? Pour wrongly, and then some starch will stick on the outside, correct? So one precautionary step, make sure once you tie tightly, wash the outside first. You don't want it to, you want the starch to float into your distilled water. Understand or not? Yeah, that's what this is trying to say. Next langkah berjaga-jaga is this. Highlight. Both ends of whisking tube are tied tightly. If you tie loosely, then you expect a wrong answer already, because the starch and glucose can come out from the opening. You don't want that to happen. You want it to pass through the walls of the whisking tube. 明白? Okay. Next, let's go over here. In boiling tube P, here, iodine solution remains what color? Iodine solution, will it be yellow or will it turn dark blue? It remains yellow. Agree? 没有 starch, of course. This shows that starch is what in distilled water? Present or absent? Absent. Because starch molecules are too what to pass through? Too big or too small? Singi? Why starch cannot come out? Because it is too small, correct or not? Yes, no? Singi? Yes? Huh? Because it's too what? Not big, man. Very good. I'm testing uni. All right, too big to pass through. Students, this one sounds like an easy sentence. This is the explanation. I can ask you, give me a reason why there's no iodine. This is the exact answer, copy paste, full marks already. My notes are your schema jawaban. Okay, next, in boiling tube Q, Benedict solution. So over here, Benedict's solution turns brick red precipitate. So what does it mean? That means there is glucose molecules. So they are present in the water outside. Because glucose molecules are small enough to pass through the whisking tube. Again, explanation for this. So when your answers, when your midterm, if this kind of question come out, I want to use the word small enough, large enough, pass through who. Okay, be more specific in your answering. Got it. Done. Experiment. You master this already. Let's go to the last part. Food that you did not digest. So the xiao tang is here, right? Food that you did not absorb, you did not digest. Sometimes there are food that you did not digest and absorb. Can you tell me, let's see who still remember. We have 7 classes of food. Tell me one class of food that we cannot digest. All of you type one answer now, while I draw my $1 million drawing. Wow, look at my drawing. So amazing. Hello, waiting for the rest. Wow, look at that. I can put this in the museum already. Very good. Fiber. 对了. Sorry, I shortened it a bit. Okay, so the fiber we cannot digest. Look like worm. Okay, what food is high in fiber? Vegetables and fruits. Very good. Okay, so the fiber will enter here. Food that is undigested. Along your digestive system, there are cells. Cells will die off one. So when they die off, they will also be found here. So I'm going to put cells as orange color. So all the cells will be found here as well, right? And then there will be extra water that you did not absorb earlier. So now I'm going to put blue color. Extra water will be found here. Extra salt, extra vitamins, minerals will be found over here, right? So we go into the process. What happens to them? We will poo-poo them out, called defecation, 大便. So highlight undigested food or food that is not absorbed. There's two different things. Food that you cannot digest, fiber. Food that you did not absorb, maybe extra water. All right. They will enter into your large intestine. So example, fiber, water, dead cells, digestive tract secretion. That means some enzymes, some mucus. You know, your small intestines has mucus one. So these small little secretions, slimy things, they all come together in the large intestine. Okay, so they all come together. So when they travel through the large intestines, your large intestines say, okay, you know what? Let me do my final absorption. I will absorb a very important component in your food that makes up around 75 to 80% of your body weight, of your body mass, and that is water. Yeah, so in the large intestines, water and minerals are reabsorbed into your blood. That means extra water will come out from your large intestines. Ladies and gentlemen, if your large intestines is very long, if you don't drink enough water, do you know what will happen? Your poo-poo will become drier and drier and drier and drier and drier as it travels along. By the time it reaches your rectum, it becomes very dry. You'll be sitting there for like, 1 whole hour, still cannot come out. Okay, constipation. That is what happens. Okay, so please drink water, have your fiber. Teacher, how? Okay, this is just extra information. How does fiber, okay, allows the food to go smoothly? Fiber, okay, is able to hold water to itself also. So when it holds water to itself, right, then it glides easily, it flows easily, go out and comes out very easily and nice. Okay? Okay, lastly, unabsorbed, undigested food, what will happen? Turn into feces. Feces stored in the rectum, you eliminate out, process is called defecation. Okay, like I told you guys, early morning, drink 2 glasses of water and you feel a very smooth toilet flow. And which is good because you get to remove and cleanse your last night toxins, whatever toxins you had, whatever extra food that might have certain chemicals, you flush them away from your body. You start the day with a clean digestive system. Who does that? Remember, I told you many times. Anyone got this habit? Type me. Who early morning drink water? Or you guys early morning straight away jump into your nasi lemak, mee goreng, mamak all already. Roti canai already. Yeah. That's why later pangsai cannot pangsai how? Bab 3. Let's go to latihan. Okay, so guys, finish the chapter already. So that's all. It's not that bad, right? So it's all about food, right? You learn about yourself. So it's actually quite fun. That's why I like biology. Now my question is, homework do which page? Who can tell me homework is which page? No need to do, no. Homework correct. Homework do page number, this one. The page number is this one, ALL. All right. So all number 7, and the remaining. Now, guys, this is this one is only page 13. Remember, in the attachment, I have another set of latihan. Those are the real school question. And I chose CHS paper because it's very difficult, not very difficult, very challenging. Okay, it challenges you guys. So please, please, please do. No, okay, no, don't want to do, okay, fine. Don't want to do also can. Then I let you face all these exam questions during the real exam, okay? Without training, okay? Up to you to choose. Okay, so I'd rather you make mistakes in my class first, then only make mistakes in your exam. Better than you make mistakes in your exam. Understand or not? Please don't do that. Yes. So emo. Yeah, don't I so emo, okay? I drew questions like, why must let students do so much homework? No. Okay. So you got two choices. You want me to help you with page 7, slowly page, you want me to help you first? Or you want to do yourself and end class early? Help. Help. H-A-L-P. Help. Okay. Now, let's go to this. I want to leave already. Where you going? End class early. Can I help you in first question? Okay, first question. All right, first question. You can do the remaining. Please do. When I see you next week, I want your homework to be done. Zainar. Okay, here. So, diagram shows structure found in the inner wall of a small intestine. Name the structure. Okay, come. First person, whoever type in the answer, the faster you type, the faster we can. Anyone can give the answer here. Faster you type, the faster we can leave. Okay, Villas. Wow, very fast. Okay, good. Villas, state the function of the structure. Yeah, I give you this one. We want to increase surface area for absorption of digested products. Remember, absorption, don't put absorption on food. It's not absorption of food. Food is nasi lemak. Food is kari mee. Digested product. We're talking about glucose, amino acid, glycerol, and fatty acid. Why does the structure have many blood capillaries? What's the keyword here, students? What's the keyword of blood capillaries? What's the keyword I must have? Blood does this thing. Sailing home. Transport, very good. Okay. So, to transport, okay, digested products to all parts of the body. You don't say transport, and transport where? Transport somewhere, what? Okay. Holiday, you all got so many hours of no school. Next, name two substances that can diffuse through the structure in the small intestines. What can diffuse through this? I have so many here. All of these can pass through because they are important for our body. So, glucose, amino acid. You can put others also in there. State the function of a small intestine as a whole in general to absorb digested products. Halo, okay. Those who are done, give me thumbs up. Okay. So, thumbs down now. Okay, then I wait longer lah. We move. That means not done. Okay, we wait.
No, done already.
Okay. All right. Then with this, I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week. Okay. After that, because I won't see you the following week. I'll see you next week. If you can, notes haven't collect yet. Okay, never mind. I'll see you next week. Okay, finish all your homework here. Thank you, students. You may unmute yourself and say your farewell. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.